Check one, check two. Hello, everybody. Just want to make sure that the audio levels are all good to go. Hey, it is Saturday, July 17th, 2021. It is 8:21 in the morning. I wasn't going to do a show today. I was going to wait till Monday, but I just couldn't wait. I had a lot of fun with it on Thursday. Had a lot of fun on the very first podcast, which was it Thursday or was it Wednesday? I think it was Thursday. Anyways, I realized I didn't really talk about what we're gonna do with the show. I realized that I was trying to figure out the bugs. I was doing a lot of things like at the same time when I first started doing the show. So I just wanted to hop on here, talk a little about what I foresee with the show and how everything is going to work. Right now, we're live on Twitch, we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. So if you're listening on this podcast after that fact, make sure you check out the live stream when we go live. It's going to be JJ's live show on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch. I'm saying all that to say that we don't know, y'all don't know when I'm going to go live. Y'all don't know a lot about me, and y'all don't know a lot about how I want to run the show. So basically, I want to be able to do this show at the minimum Monday through, let me move the camera over, Monday through Thursday every morning. And then on, if I have like a guest that can only come on the weekends, I'll figure something like that out. I know a lot of you guys are probably not watching live right now. That's okay, because it's Saturday morning. My show will probably be more directed towards the live audiences that are like on the way to work, at work, on lunch breaks on the East Coast, that kind of thing. I was supposed to be busy this morning. I'm selling some stuff on Craigslist, and I've had my Craigslist ad that I have posted right now, and my Facebook ad is probably the most popular ad I've posted on anything in my entire life. My phone is constantly blowing up, and I committed to selling. What I'm doing is I got really way into my aquarium hobby. Okay, about 2 years ago, I bought a bed of fish for my wife, which we named Dallas, as like a surprise. And little did we know that the betta fish would become an obsession of mine. It started off as just a betta fish in like a small little tank, like a big bowl essentially, and then I got a bigger tank and a bigger tank, and then I got another tank to add different kinds of fish because the betta fish can live with other fish, and then I got a bigger tank than that because I wanted different kinds of fish. And before I knew it, my house had 6 fish tanks and a gigantic pond. I built a gigantic pond, above ground pond in our backyard that I used to rescue several fish. I used it to rescue, we named him Steve, a gigantic red-tail catfish who I just rehomed this past week. So I had him for about 2 years. And y'all probably don't care about my aquarium hobby at all, but that was just a little segue to explaining how I am as a person sometimes. How I am as a person sometimes, I realize that I can be obsessive. I'm not really like an addict. I've never had a drinking problem. I've never been addicted to substances. I've even, chewed tobacco here and there and like never felt like I was addicted to it. But I do realize that sometimes I can like sort of obsess over things. I'm actually Googling a picture right now to show you this other kind of fish that people don't know about that I rescued using in the pond. I'm trying to look for a good picture of it. Okay, so if you guys look here, you guys will see, you guys are watching on the live show right now. If you're listening on the podcast, you cannot see it, but if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this. Oh, by the way, welcome our newest follower, D2 Shirley, and Bobby is our most recent share. Appreciate you guys. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, when the show's early, all the new followers are going to be be highlighted, but hopefully it'll get to the point where we have so many um followers every like new show that I won't be able to call them out every single time because it'll just interrupt the show. I mean, that's the goal, right? Is you want to be able to grow um to the point where, you know, like getting followers is just, or getting viewers rather, is just a matter of fact. You know what I mean? But anyways, this is what a silver arowana looks like. I rescued several of these where I would pick one up from somebody who had them in a tank that was too small or needed to rehome. Some of them were not healthy. And these fish are very valuable, so I would get them for super cheap and I'd sell them at like a profit. I did like a handful of that here and there. But anyways, I got way too into my aquarium hobby, and I still love my aquarium hobby. However, I needed to scale back a little bit in case I move. So I have 2 fish tanks left. I have a huge 120-gallon tank that's in my house with several fish that a lot of people were wanting, and then I have a small, you know, fish tank in my bedroom. But I I was supposed to be busy this morning, but my freaking person who was supposed to come pick up my fish this morning, he's gonna buy all of my fish, he ghosted me, and so now I'm having to backtrack and go find other people, like find the other people that were messaging me wanting my fish, hit them up. So I'm a little annoyed, but at least I get to do my live show this morning, so that's that. There's a lot going on in the world this week, a lot going on in the world this weekend. LA County is going back to masks tonight at 11:59 p.m. Mask indoors, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. I saw a meme today, this morning. I woke up and I saw a meme from someone. It wasn't a meme. It was like well, I guess it was like a meme. It's like it's just like words, right? I guess it's a meme. I'm gonna pull it up, and it wasn't letting me share it to my Instagram story, but it kind of, I didn't even think of it like this. I genuinely did not think of it like this about the vaccine. It says, remember to get vaccinated, or a vaccinated person might get sick from the virus they got vaccinated against because you're not vaccinated. Government logic. Hashtag government logic. I'm going to say that again. Remember to get vaccinated, or a vaccinated person might get sick from the virus they got vaccinated against because you're not vaccinated. I'm not trying to make this show political, okay? I'm not making it like political focus. We'll talk about politics. We'll talk about religion probably. We'll talk about economics. We'll talk about anything. That's the whole point of the show. But I'm not trying to make it focus. I just realized I wasn't recording this whole time. Hey, welcome into the show. I forgot to hit the record button, so if you're listening on the podcast right now, you are coming in late. We are talking about, at this very moment, we are talking about the vaccine while we're talking about COVID, because at 11:59 p.m. today, which is Saturday, July 17th, LA County is going back to mask indoors like 100%, even if you're vaccinated. And I read this meme that I saw this morning. Remember to get vaccinated, or a vaccinated person might get sick from the virus they got vaccinated against because you're not vaccinated. Hashtag government logic. And that kind of, I'm not trying to make this show 100% political. I'm not trying to make this show like where, I'm not trying to make this show where we're all talking about politics and like government and like leaning left and leaning right, or like religion. We are going to talk about all those things, but it's not like focused on those things, if that makes sense. I want to talk about everything in life. And right now, this COVID is just big part of life, and I'm so tired of talking about it. But it's unfortunate that we still have to keep talking about it because people just aren't getting over it. There's been a very few cases of this quote unquote Delta variant in LA. I think it's been about a couple of thousand this week. and that might sound like a lot, but there's like 40 million people in Southern California. So, or how many people live in LA County? Let's Google it. Let's Google this. How many people live in LA County? I don't live in LA County. I live in Orange County. So I couldn't tell you off the top of my head how many people live in LA County. So we're Googling. Okay. Los Angeles County, California's estimated population is 9,969,510. With a growth rate of minus 0.35% in the past year, probably because everybody moved away. But it's almost 10 million people in LA County alone. Wait, this one says in 2018. Oh, in 2018 it was 10.1 million. Right now it's estimated at 9.969 million. So a couple of thousand cases, and they're saying it's primarily in young people that are ages 18 to 29, which is my age category. I'm 25 years old, born August 27th, 1995. So, hold on. Excuse me, I had to take a little sip of something. A little good. Anyways, the good is nitro cold brew from Starbucks. I've never been a coffee person, but lately that cold brew, that nitro cold brew specifically, is kind of been hitting. Sorry, I gotta move this screen. I need another monitor is what I accidentally closed my Facebook window, so hopefully we're still live on Facebook. We're all over the place. I forgot to start recording. Hopefully I can get the MP3 from the YouTube. Stand by, everybody. Sounds like we're on a commercial break right now. I'm just trying to get the well, I'm just making sure we're good. I think we're still live. How do I go to it though? This has turned out to be a mess. Okay. I think we're still live. I think we're good. I could be wrong actually. Oh, we're good. You know what's annoying is I can't get to go to it though. This has turned out to be a mess. Oh, I can't get to my live producer though. How it was. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this here. Nope. No, I want. Boom. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I probably just won't. I'm trying to share it to my gaming page. Bear with me, everybody. Sorry. This MP3 podcast is gonna be hella boring. No, it's all good. It's all good. Well, we're back live. We're good. We're good. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna edit content. I will edit dead space though. If there is a bunch of dead space like there just was, I will cut it out on the MP3. Okay, we're back. We're back. Had a little technical difficulties here. Anyways, 10 million people in LA County and only about a couple of thousand cases. That's not very many. Now, I would understand if there were, um, you know, less people or more cases, but I'm not seeing it, and it's not been deadly. Like, people aren't dying. Like this virus in general isn't dying anyways. It's just frustrating that we have people that are controlling our lives, which I talked about a little bit last podcast. I didn't have a goal in mind when I started this podcast today. Just going live. I thought maybe people would come interact, see how the day is going, and I just want to talk a little bit about. I see the show being something that when we grow, maybe we can have like an actual studio somewhere, in like my house, or rent out a space, and we can have quality guests in here that can give their expertise on life, or on like business, or political, or religious, or whatever. And then I also want to be able to do something with this show where we're able to actually help people, whether it's just donating money, whether it's we raise money for causes, things like that. I don't I'm a pretty generous person, and I'm afraid to talk about this because then people are gonna be like, you're just flexing about generosity. It's actually a little bit of an issue. I was talking about this with a friend the other day, where I I don't give something or money to people thinking of like, oh, I just gave them a gift, or I just gave them a thing that's worth X amount of dollars. I give them something because I want them to genuinely experience whatever I'm giving them. Whether it's I pay for someone to fly somewhere, whether I pay for someone to go eat somewhere, whether like we're out, like I invite someone to dinner and I pay for their dinner at a place that's like expensive, even when I don't have to. Because like, okay, two things. One, if I invite you somewhere, or if you get invited somewhere, it should be the like where you're like one person's no, come with me to dinner, come with me this, if they're insisting on it, it should be assumed that that person pays. If I'm gonna go out of my way to invite you to something, especially if it's last minute, I will pay. Unless ahead of time I'm like, hey, I can't pay for you, or I'm not gonna pay for you, but you should come. Like, I've had my wife will have friends over, and they plan on just coming over for the afternoon, going to the beach, hanging out, and then leaving our house around 4:35. But we're amazing people, so they stay, till the evening time, and we got to eat dinner. And I'll be like, let's go here, let's go eat here, and then blah blah blah. And then her friend's like, no, like you guys go eat, I'll go somewhere. I'm like, no, you're coming. So I pay for her friends to eat with us because I want my wife to have the experience of having her friend, like like I say it as if it's like an extravagant thing, but I would rather pay for my wife's friend's dinner if my wife gets to eat with that person, if we get to hang out together, and that person gets to experience, a different place out to eat, especially if it's like my favorite place to eat. Hey, you got a new follower. Is that on Twitch? I can't see because my screen is glared. It looks like it's on Twitch. Welcome, Lost. I'm going to say that's Lost Dagger. Hello and welcome in. But yeah, I'm going to pay. I feel like I'm a generous person like that. And it's actually kind of an issue. And I sometimes give beyond what I should give. It's not always money, though. Sometimes it's things, but at the end of the day, it does cost money. And I say all that to say that if this show is any moderate sort of success, we will be doing some sort of outreaches, giveaways. But I don't want to do just cheesy giveaways where it's just to like the supporters of the show. I want to be able to do something if the provision is there to where we go out of our way as. It'll obviously be my face, but out of our way, out of our way to help people actually in need. I've done a lot of personally, I've done a lot of homeless outreaches, homeless ministries, a lot of helping a lot of people that are physically or mentally handicapped. Just a lot of just getting out there and doing stuff with them. I used to love helping out with the Special Olympics. If you've never helped out with the Special Olympics, then you need to do that. It is something that I wish I could do more again now. I physically do not have the time. I used to do a lot of, like, I would spend a lot of time with them. I'd go to their practices and then I'd go to their events and they win medals. Like, I'm talking, they do like all the Olympic events that the real Olympics do. They do swimming, they do track, they do cross country, they do the field events, they do like the some of I don't actually know if I've seen the javelin throw, but I've seen the shot put, I've seen the discus, I have not seen in person wheelchair basketball, but I know that that's are part of it. But it's just an amazing to see people, and you know what? To be honest, a lot of the special needs people I worked with knew they were special needs. And it was really cool to see them step out of their comfort zone, and it is something that they really look forward to, and they really pride and they do get competitive, especially basketball and track and the swimming. The Special Olympics, they get competitive, and some of them will surprise you, and some of them get really nervous and scared, and then they win an event, and then it's super amazing. But I want to be able to do something with this show where we actually help people. Like, if we hear somebody needs to raise money to GoFundMe, I want to be able to promote a GoFundMe to help person struggling with cancer or whatever. And then also I want to be able to maybe as a live show go out and do an outreach, and maybe together as an audience we can meet, instead of like meeting up to meet as like fans, because I have friends who stream video games, and they do the meetups where their followers will come meet them, meet and greet type of thing. I want to be able to do that, but where we maybe do an outreach where we hand out food, or help clean up an old lady's yard or something like that, and then we can also have fun with it. The thing is with the outreaches, a lot of people who've never done them before, they think that they're boring, or they think that they do a lot of work. Some of them can be boring, I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably have thousands of community service hours, and not all of every hour is fun, but you do get to bond with other people, and it helps you out just as much as it helps other people out. So I encourage people, if you've never done any sort of outreach, if you've never done any sort of community service, if you've never done any sort of like where you purposely on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday or a Wednesday go out of your way, you plan something that is literally not for you, and go out of your way to do something for someone else, it will in the long run benefit you. Like, it'll just, I don't know how to explain it. It does make you feel good 99% of the time. Sometimes you do feel burden. I've done some heavy ministry to where I was involved with outreaches for people who were heavily addicted to drugs, heavily addicted to alcohol, and they are homeless and they're struggling, or they're just super, super poor. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, but I do know that I wasn't the poorest person I knew, because I did these. I used to think that, like, you can't get much poorer than me. And then you do an outreach, or you do some sort of like just anything where you're helping somebody out, like a soup kitchen or whatever, and you realize that people have it way worse off than you, and sometimes it does get a little heavy because you realize what people are dealing with, especially kids. Sorry, my dog is going bananas. Hey, Cooper, chill out. What? So anyways, I do encourage people to do outreaches if you've never have, and I want to be able to do something with this show where we're able to fund and or give bodies to help people. My streaming page, my gaming stream page, or whatever you want to call it, like my JJ Gaming, a lot of my audience was actually on the East Coast, which is super surprising. So that would be really hard to meet up like that. But if we can grow, maybe you know, like if we have a lot of people on the East Coast that are followers, maybe we can sponsor them to meet up and do an outreach or something. I don't know. That's just something I'd want to do with the show. That's not my focus, but that's just like the give back I'd want to do. And then obviously we could still do giveaways for fans or followers or whatever. I don't know how this is all gonna work, guys. I literally just made a bunch of graphics for the show, made some software adjustments for my gaming stream to be able to do it like this, to where it looks good, sounds good, and then I just rolled with it. I didn't I don't have I literally don't have a script for every episode. I don't even know what to title this episode. I literally just titled Gettin Goin because this morning I got up and I just was getting going. Wife had to go to work today, so I had a little bit of time. I am going to participate in a video game tournament today, just for fun, a low-level tournament, maybe win some money. But I wanted to just get on here and just get after it, because at the end of the day, with anything, you got to start. Okay, you actually learn about this if you ever have done any business classes. I've done a couple business classes in college. I'm not promoting college. I'm just saying this is an actual subject that gets talked about in academia as well as like actual business world. You're not going to learn how to run a business from school. You can learn the practice. You can learn the, I don't know, technical terms of business, but you're not going to actually learn how to run a business in school. Anyways, there is a subject talked about where you get stuck in the planning phase. And that's not usually, I don't even have this light on. You can't even see my face very good. That's not usually my issue. My issue isn't usually getting going. But I always try to combat against that to where you don't get stuck in the planning phase. That's an actual thing that they talk about in businesses. People or teams or businesses getting stuck in a planning phase, and all they do is talk, all they do is plan, and they don't actually get to where the rubber meets the road. And sometimes I do this so much the opposite that I don't have a plan for today, and maybe the content suffers or whatever, but I feel like if I just get myself in front of the camera, turn it on. I forgot to hit the record at the beginning, so maybe I can download the MP3 from the YouTube video so we get the whole thing on here. And just get going. There was a famous surfer. I do not know his name. I live in Southern California, and I heard about this guy when I first moved here. I live in San Clemente, California, and everybody here seems to surf, and I don't. I've tried surfing. It just, I don't love it. And for those... People think that I don't like surfing because I wasn't able to stand up or I wasn't good at it. I stood up my first try on a surfboard. I like going into the water and stuff. I don't like everything that comes with surfing. I don't like the sand. I don't like having to carry a surfboard around and like a wetsuit, and like it's just a lot of work, and I ain't got time for all that. But I heard about the story from a guy who was explaining to me about this surfer who was, I don't know if he was ever the best in the world at surfing, and I don't even know if he was actually a pro. He might have been a pro, but they had an interview with him because he has some sort of record for most consecutive days surfed or something. And apparently this man has surfed every single day for like 20 plus years, like hasn't missed a day. Or if he had missed a day, it like wasn't, you know, maybe it was like 6 days a week, but I'm pretty sure the whole bit was like 10 or 20 years where he hadn't. But even if you go 2 months or a month not missing a day of surfing or anything, physically, you know, like demanding, like going to I don't even go to the gym 7 days a week. I train 6 days a week, but I don't even go to the gym 7 days a week, and I play college football. Okay. This man went to the beach and surfed every day for years. And when he did the interview, they asked him, why, like, how are you able to do this? Like, what drives and motivates you? How are you able to get into the water every day and surf. And he said, I just get to the beach with my surfboard and I know everything will take care of itself. And it kind of stuck with me because it's so true. Like if you struggle going to the gym, and if you wake up and you're trying, to better yourself, you're trying to get back in shape or whatever, and you wake up and you don't feel like going to the gym, your focus shouldn't be on working out. Your focus should be on getting to the gym. Because this guy, he looked at it as, I'm not going to get to the beach with my surfboard and not surf. You did all that to get there, you're going to surf. You get yourself out of bed, you get your kids dressed up, maybe you have to take the kids to the gym with you, maybe you have to get someone to watch your kids while you go to the gym, maybe you have to wake up early and go to the gym and work out, or go into your at-home gym to work out before your kids get up. But as long as you get to where you need to go, it's going to take care of itself. You're not going to get to the gym and not work out. You know what I mean? If you show up, things will happen. And that's kind of like what I did with this, is that I'm going to do with this is like, I'm just going to show up and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, that's kind of all I really have to say about that. For me, I've never had an issue with staying driven to work out and train. I think it's because when I first started playing sports really competitively, like high school level, I wasn't ever the fastest guy. I wasn't ever the strongest guy. I'm still not the biggest guy. And I think that I had to learn to work harder and hustle more than everybody else to fight for playing time, fight for a position on teams, because I wasn't as physically gifted. I graduated high school at 17, so I was a year behind everybody. So like in middle school, like in 7th and 8th grade, when we started lifting weights for football, everybody started getting stronger because all the kids started hitting puberty and getting testosterone, and I was over there still in the weight room. I was still in the weight room with everybody, but I wasn't getting any stronger at first. I wasn't gaining mass, I wasn't getting size, I wasn't getting faster. And then all of a sudden I did, because I kept at it, I kept training, I kept working hard. But I've never really struggled, to be honest. I'm not going to call it discipline, because going to the gym every day isn't discipline. Going to the gym every day isn't even, to me, driven. How you spend the hours in the gym, how you spend the time training, like the quality of your training is based on discipline, because anybody can just go to the gym and like walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes and leave. Anybody can go sit in the sauna for 15 minutes and leave and pretend like you worked out just because you're sweaty. But the fact that, like, you're not, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but I've never really struggled with the get up and go train. For whatever reason, it's just not in me. I struggle with the other things, like staying on my diet, maybe like, I don't know, maybe staying like not getting into my own head. That's a new thing, and that's one thing I struggle with, is I get in my own head about my performance all the time. I am my own worst critic. I will always be harder on myself and my performance than most coaches. And most coaches realize that pretty quickly. But I've never struggled with the hustle. I've never been like, oh man, I gotta hustle here. Or I've never been like, when I'm tired, even when I'm not feeling it, I still go. And I don't know why that's in me. I don't know. And I get it. Like, other people don't want to get up and go to the gym every day. But if you just get up and you get to wherever maybe it's not the gym for you, maybe it's work, maybe you have a shitty job and you just don't want to go. And I've had shitty jobs where I don't want to go. I've worked in fast food, I waited tables. I've was in the military for 5 years, where I definitely didn't want to go, and I definitely didn't want to be positive every. Oh, we kind of lost you. Kind of lost the stream for a second. Okay, we're live. We're back. But if you just show up to wherever you need to go, you might not love it, but everything will take care of itself. Okay. And on that note, I think with all the technical difficulties we're having, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the show for today. I know it's a short one, but that's kind of how it's gonna go sometimes. Maybe some days it'll be short, maybe some days it'll be long. Hopefully you got something out of it today. So I know I did. I know that I gotta really clean up my end of the show, or my end of the issues before going live. So hey, learning every day. So all right, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping in. I appreciate the, any support that we get right now. I really appreciate it, guys. I really do. All the support that I've gotten so far, whether it's just the people liking the Facebook page, whether it's just my friends DMing me about the show, the support does not go overlooked, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. So if you haven't already, if you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe, whatever you got to do. And if you're watching on, or if you're listening on the Spotify, make sure you tell your friends about it. All right, guys.